You're smart.
The problem is that also when the people go back from this academy, and when they go back like Jesus, nobody trusts him in his country. You can also go back, I can see all the secret, but the French will play like French, the Germans stay German.
If I come to the Mecca and I learn, it would be foolish to not share what I learned.
Pancozzi, and that is for On the Bounce for CUSB Shout. They are yelling, they are here, and they're ready to take another gold. Out, wonderful throw into space. Scagliarini puts it up for Melega. It's a big put. Scazzieri, is it going to be? Yes, it's the goal, and CUSB retain their championship on home.
Looking hard, he goes hammer, has his man there. Could this be the big moment? The Bolognese program for years building and building on the hard work of Davide Mori. Can't to the mine, you can feel it coming. Defense, Simonazzi, that one's in for goal. Venturoli, the Italians have done it. Davide Mori is going to have a hernia. Look at him go. Oh my goodness. It's happened, Ravi.
15-7. That's a demolishing performance. La Fotta absolutely the better team by a mile in this game. Their defense smothering, their offense perfect. No breaks in the whole game. La Fotta, for the first time in club history, are EUCF champions here in Kaorle.
And the raw emotion we get to watch right now, these guys, we just talked about it a bit at the end, the amount of work that goes into these campaigns. This goes beyond just the campaign.
And bravo Milan, you are faster than me. But now we enter in another word called the strength. It's not anymore important to be tall, it's important to be active and physical ready. And this is where Davide passed all the quarantena, all the COVID period in the garden, running all the hills. When you are next to a tournament and you want to be thin and in fit 1 week before, this program is a summer program. He's still alive and he has done a good job.
Am I still alive?
Straight up, here we go. Adventures in Bologna, documenting CUSB, somewhat the story of Davide Mori, but what he created, and first time behind the wheel in Italy, I think. So this is exciting just in itself.
Why did I give you the keys?
I don't know. I hear Italian drivers are nuts.
Right.
Cafecito. Cheers. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Eccolo qua, Rafa.
Ciao, Sofia.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Fine.
Good, good.
Hello.
12.
5.
And this is when Sofia getting degrees, master degrees, my master degrees. And this is stupid product. I don't have to. There I was the top.
Il migliore.
Sì, the 20s.
I don't know if I like to that jersey with the statue on it.
This is the one.
Well, we'll get confirmation from Davide. I think they were the highest finishing European team. Ah, no, that was Badskid. My guess is they were 9th, but let's find out. Yeah,
I'll show you this Romana focaccia with cream of mozzarella and nuts, almond, toasted almond, and prosciutto di Parma.
I'm very excited.
When I was at the restaurant of Pazzo in Nicaragua.
Fresh. Maybe next year we can go back. Ah, that's perfect. I just got my first toasted almond in there. A little bit of texture, a little bit of crunch. Eat, Milano, eat. Pasta every day for lunch?
No. Lunchtime, one or the other one.
If we have practice, we eat pasta.
If not, light.
Yes.
This is the image of the CUSB. Yep. The CUSB Academy, when we will cut the people in 6 different teams, we'll have 6 different names. 3 teams will be Team Neptune, Team San Luca is a church up to the hill of Bologna, and Team Two Tower, the main thing in Bologna. And the other 3 teams will be Team Tagliatelle, Team Lasagne, Team Tortellini. Are the 3 pasta.
I know I'll be going for one of the pasta teams.
Like the University of Bologna and CUSB are white and red.
Okay.
It's like this, La Fotta red and La Fotta white. Shout offense, shout defense often call them Shout red, shout white.
Yeah, what's the crocodile? Is it crocodile or alligator? Just a nice piece of hardware. I feel like everything has some significance.
My
Crocodile
wife.
is the most special one. Davide was a kid. He went in a shop where they sell this kind of stuff, and he was playing with that crocodile.
I can guess what happened.
He's walking, and then the leg.
Oh no.
So he broke the leg.
My mom
had to buy
in
it.
1986.
And it was so expensive that she said to him, "Okay, when you will get married, this will be your present." And now it is here.
Amazing. You break it, you buy it. Well, it gives a nice story at least. Slow and steady wins the race, man. Boring ultimate wins games. You don't win the fans if you're not throwing crossfield hammers, but you win the championships. Solid defense and boring ultimate.
Stef, auto. Stef.
We found our parking place.
Mercedes-Benz, sponsor us.
We're basically just on the ring road. You see the big brick wall. It's the exterior of Bologna. And we're going to go find our way into this city and at least get an espresso and a cocktail and see what other trouble we can find. I don't know if you're getting this noise. I'm sure the audio is good enough, but it's insane. Like I had to move myself closer to the camera to ensure you could hear me. But the cicadas in the city here are like a super high decibel volume. I don't know how to classify it, but like we need to speak up to hear each other walking down the street, and they're everywhere right now. Oh, Bologna. The colors, the streets, the beautiful buildings, hillsides, the rivers, the food. Oh, don't get me started on the food and that gelato. But there is so much more. We are, of course, here to have an in-depth look at the ultimate culture. CUSB, or CUSB, we're hosting an academy, a training camp for Euro under 25 players that want to get trained by some of the best in Europe. A club that boasts one of the most animated, short-tempered players on the continent.
Taking care of injuries.
And of course, the program he has helped to reach championship status in both the men's and women's divisions. Let's stick right in and see what's happening in Bologna.
The big part of the system we use to teach the junior and under 24. We specialize, like these girls behind me, in the group between 17, 18 until 25. This is our range of players. We are like 350 or more players in CUSB. We wanted also to make an horizontal teaching, not only the system and the pitch drills, but also what we do in our routine, going to the gym 2 times per week, what we do in some part of the season, what we do in the pre-season, in the season, when we have to reach the peak. This is why Maria Cara told you about Rocco Di Michele or Paolo Negrini, Marianella Baccardi, these are professors. Study really well the model of performance and what you have to do compared to your season. Now also we are developing new system, new strategy in defense, offense, and also we are not sure something works, something don't work.
You have to be careful, there's other coaches around, they might steal your stuff.
You're welcome. We like the challenge.
We start with primary school, specific projects with multi-purpose sports in order to reach the youngsters, and then we are also to penetrate into like more or less 20 middle school in the Bolognese area. And then we are able to reach more than like 5,000, maybe 6, of high school players, students that probably they will become players. So our goal is to reach the under 20, under 15 boys and girls from Bologna. Bologna is one of the biggest university and most important one of Italy. A lot of players from all over Italy come to Bologna to study, and if they play Ultimate they want to play with us. So we have the chance to recruit players of different ages. It gives us the chance to pick, to work, to invest and to create a diverse team, and we managed to balance longevity with the level of our play.
His phone is always ringing.
Yeah, Davide, blockbuster in every which way. Everybody needs this man.
Pleasant ride. So Davide sourced 4 bicycles. I got the best one. I'm pretty stoked about it. Davide, non-stop on the telephone, on the bike ride, still running business operations for the camp. Charlotte has the women's bike, but she's doing okay.
Lucky me.
La polizia,
Polizia municipale. Not happy. Italian hand gesture for what the fuck?
timing.
The story of Frisbee in Italia is like that. In 1973, a couple of guys from Milano went in the state to study and they understood how to play Frisbee. They get back in Italia. Valentino De Chiara died 1 year ago, founded the first team in Milano.
And Milano's team, what was the name?
Milano is now they don't play divers, but the real name was Salutami Antonio from Milano. Nobody remember that, I remember. After what happened, that during the 80s and the 90s, the people from Rimini growing up and they went studying in Bologna for the university. And then after they founded the Bologna team, La Fotta Foundation is 1993 and 2004. There was a boom of teams and all the city around Bologna, Milano and Rimini growing up in numbers and clubs. Today, after that Milan, Stefan and Charlotte with Davide finish the biking tour, there will be a prize. It's a granita at the ice cream shop Il Ciccio. In Italiano Ciccio means the fat boy. One of the 3 best granita in Bologna. Molto buona.
Alright, has a reputation.
Adesso che sta il mio granito. Tu devi chiedere come comportarti, perché io non voglio casini.
Oh my god, I can't wait. Heck of an operation here. Streetside stand. I assume this is all their covered gelato as well. But as I told you before, it's legit if it's covered. If it's open on display, meh. Highly recommended by Davide, so it's gotta be good. Looks like a tree. It's covered in these little dots, and if Milan zooms in, you can all like the exoskeleton shedded skin of the cicadas. But there's like hundreds of them. And same, we hear the symphony of cicadas. And as they grow, they climb and go higher and leave their old skin behind. I wonder how long their skin hangs on for, but literally this whole street, every tree is covered in hundreds and hundreds and maybe thousands of cicadas.
Okay, mission complete, 8 kilometers with hills. Then we are gods. We are gods.
Granito was my favorite part for me. It was the best, but it was nice. It was nice to get a tour of the city with the mayor of the city.
La Charlotte finally tasted the real Italian taste.
Granita?
No. Joy, life, happiness, sunshine, and granita. Hot.
I tasted every tournament in Italy. You can have a little taste of it.
Milano, go back in the darkness of Holland. The darkness.
Darkest flatness, I
Marco Barattini. Ciao bello.
We bring beers and food and everything.
Yeah, that's it. I was every time I looked up, it was hey, okay, but birra, pazzo, birra, okay. They made it easy for me to celebrate being in Bologna. Very easy.
Sandwich, the beer, everything was fine.
Perfect afternoon, ultimate Frisbee, sunshine.
Stop touching, Darby. I want to play too.
We had our ears to the ground as the academy took shape. All the players arrived, ready to take part in one of the first international events of the last 2 years, with anticipation for a disciplined, no-nonsense training camp ahead of them. There was a great vibe as it kicked off, with an aperitivo, dinner, and celebration. And while many got stuck straight into the ultimate, there was also a chance to get a tour of the city.
We just finished eating in the Scuderia. It's like a big cafeteria, stall holder businesses, multiple little businesses, some food businesses, some trinkets and artisanal crafts. Food was good. We had a lasagna. I'm pretty full, but we have an ice cream coming up. Gelato number 5, Cavour, Gelateria Cavour is coming up. We got a city tour of Bologna right now. Cioppo and Anna Chesky are taking us on a city tour. I think we have some actual tour guides as well.
So Scuderia, it's the literal translation from Italian from the stables, because they were the stables for the Famiglia Bentivoglio that was living in the now theater of the opera, but now it became a focus point for the university life, a place of aggregation, a place of study, a place for food. Always bring us together here in Italy. It got renewed like a couple of times, and now I think it's in its best shape, because there's this open space, there's a little theater at the end. Where I think that Scuderia are pretty cool and sick for students that come from all around Italy or from around Europe, because it's a new place, it's different, and it's kind of more European place.
Chesky, stay with me, walk with me. Anna Chesky, she's one of the coaches here, of course, at the academy. And she's not actually you're not from Bologna, you're from Padova. 1 year of ultimate in Padova.
Yeah, and then I moved here and I started to play with another team from Bologna, and then I met Davide, and Davide forced me to...
You must play CUSB.
Yeah. That was the moment.
La Fotta. What is La Fotta?
Emotional in the game, be in the zone, wanting to win.
Okay.
I think.
And so you think Shout is...
Yeah, Shout want to win too.
We're finally here. Milan's been waiting to see every tower he sees. Is that the tower? Is that the tower? There's the 2 towers. It blew my mind that Bologna's a bigger city than Pisa, but Pisa's Leaning Tower is more popular than Bologna's Leaning Tower, especially when it's right next to a straight tower. You can really get the gauge of how off kilter it is. They've got all this scaffolding at the bottom of it, as though they might try and straighten it out, but that would just wreck everything. So I think they're just probably trying to reinforce its lean, so it stays leaning but just doesn't crumble. Beautiful sounds in the porticos, Bologna. It's really got it all. We just realized that we have air conditioning in this car. We've been in full meltdown in Bologna, it's swirling between 32 and 38 degrees for the last 4 days. Yeah, it makes you feel stupid for the past, but it's still a victory. We are chilling in Bologna right now. Air conditioning on. I'm sleeping in the car tonight. Davide's father says it's been wonderful for us, but wake up in a state of ball soup, and that's not where anybody wants to be, so thank God for air conditioning.
Yes, this city is amazing, and it could well have its own feature, but we are here for the ultimate. So, let's get to the fields, check the facilities, the coaches, students, and drills, and let's see the inner workings of this academy.
Oats he want to become rich. Il Che, he want to play a tournament of Frisbee for real in his life. La Lutz, he want to travel in general. He want to have 1,000 people playing Frisbee, 1 million people playing Frisbee. In Slovenia, 1,000 million of people in Slovenia playing Frisbee.
The patience and the spacing. That's the concept.
Okay, good.
And like also the teamwork, so clearing the space and just playing with all of the teammates, not just with the single one or one isolation.
From
But
there, it's like there's a stack over there, and you either come like
In or take the huck.
yeah.
So defensive positioning.
Yes.
Either then it's just stay for the under and be ready for the over. A basic fundamental drill to learn how to step off or to step over the cutter to stop him running, and to align your hip with the hip of the cutter. Because if you cross, if you stay in the opposite position, you're gone.
Flora is so powerful that it's going through the actual turf.
Hot. We're under the highway though, so it's less hot for about 40 more meters, not 20 more meters. And it's gonna be hot again. So we're gonna make it. I'm gonna put on a pink and blue shirt and a floppy hat, and I'm gonna get that disc that's 3 meters high. Ugh. I missed. Shit. He touched it, but he didn't get it. He's got to do better. It's actually Milan. It's not me. What are we working on? What are we doing? Stick and move. Stick and move. Don't run into each other. Laffy, what are we working on today? What's this session about?
The session is about conditioning and also a bit some. They will do some tests, I guess. Not I guess.
Yeah, they'll do some tests.
They supposed to do with
Okay.
Rocco. Then there will be a conditioning drill, a sport-specific drill with Ottavio, and with me and Andrea. They will do some mini ultimate.
Okay.
Changing the size of the field, so looking for some difference. And
all right, good, good. I'm gonna keep asking them questions as we go to make sure they tell me the same thing. A+, I passed. 1 rep. See what these guys do. Spacing, timing, I guess. Spatial awareness kind of drills here. Black pass, first it was white to white. First it was just partner running in a ring, then it was white to white, now it's white to black, black to white.
We had a class that was really nice, going back to school,
Okay.
learning theory. We even have the little playbook theory like in school.
Nice.
Really cool.
And now we were just warming up a bit with the disc, and it's very hot already, so no more warming up, please.
Okay.
For now it was just give and go, but then you have to think like we had colors and you have to throw only to white or only to dark and then white and then dark. And so like still use your brain a little bit.
I mean, if the warm-up was kind of give and go, spatial awareness, I think this is doing a little bit of the same, a little bit of footwork coordination and being able to look up, find it. Let's see.
It's a lot hotter here than in Denmark. We have like, if it's warm, it's like 20 degrees, and in the winters we still play outside sometimes. So playing in this heat has been has definitely been draining, but I think that the exercises were very good.
Rocco, how are you?
Anyway,
Hey.
good morning. Yeah, good.
practice professor of sports science at the University of Bologna, fitness coach in soccer, and I've been a middle distance runner as an athlete, but I never played ultimate. I don't play ultimate. Yeah. I just train ultimate pairs, and I like studying ultimate performances, how to improve fitness, conditioning for ultimate pairs, but I don't play.
Okay, so in 8 years you've learned a lot about Ultimate that you can apply your sports science history, and now 8 years of experience implementing it into Ultimate?
Yeah, definitely.
Good.
At the beginning.
Well, maybe not just you, but I've heard many of the players talk that you've added a lot to the program. So maybe not just you, but you've added a lot. So good work.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rocco.
Thank you.
Enjoy the weekend.
Okay.
Again, then.
It's my first time in a classroom in a very long time, especially in a student seat. I'm not that comfortable.
What we are here. Paolo Negrini. Hi. Marinella Vaccari. Andrea Gerosa. The special one of the gym. Special one. The special one.
Ah, the special one. I like it.
Olympic trainer, soccer trainer, Frisbee trainer.
Okay.
Frisbee trainer.
And Davide Morti.
Hammer throw.
Hammer throw.
Discus throw.
When I getting battezzato,
baptized,
she was the best friend of my mom. Per some girls has been to Atlanta, Athens.
Pechino, and now she starts for Tokyo.
Hi everyone, I'm Paolo Negrini, I'm a Federazione Italiana Gioco Calcio, so a professional soccer athletic trainer. The mesocycle.
Allora, all the things happen if the guy or girl take this in this area is a mistake of reset. It's not so bad, but it's bad because all the people mark it perfectly, so 7, 8, 9, 0, and you have to run again. We sign every single letter of everyone. R. This area is the E of error. Your man fake deep and commander in the open side is your fault. Also fake and go deep in the open side, anyway is your fault. Break the marker, then this area. B to him. The defense stay in this system, nobody is break too much, nobody no under, nobody no deep, nobody getting break. And when they start to go from 45 seconds to 1 minute active time of playing, and when you go up to 1 minute, bravo, fa la faccina che sorride. No chance for you to score. Because your body is set after 1 minute, I mark you face to face like this, your body explodes. Maybe you can be lucky one time, but if you have a defense, keep the people inside 1 minute 30 seconds, you win for sure.
There's going to be some completions. Which completions are more acceptable than others?
It's better to give the reset,
okay,
because they go back. But if you give the applying and the break, so these are the worst thing. You cannot stop everything, but you can at least try to keep your statistic low.
Make them tired, okay.
When we lost by 2, we calculate, we lost in the power pool, we lost 15-4. We went out like this. The final we lost by 2, we lost by 3. Man to man, we smashed them. But 1 hour and 30 minutes of the game, in the last part of the game, we have done like this. 1 break in the sheet, 1 hack long, and we lost. My nightmare, 2 nightmares I have every night. This is one of my nightmares. Swing, good swing. Big cut. As they go up, more they swing on this side, more they go closer. The mistake is coming, maybe you know. Now they squeeze. They squeeze now. That. Look the face of Sharman. They lost. America long. And then what happens when you are playing well? They call you travel. This is the real best game of the game. This is the real best. Not when you swing in the face of it. This is bad. Good. Again there, super stupid choice. Good again. Bravo. Second line. The strategy of Sweden was, we are for sure weak, they are stronger than us, then turnover, score immediately. 0-0, set play. 2, this is the best, I prefer. 2-2-2-1. FM, and you have the sharp. 2-2. They are not marking. They want to slow down the game.
How was the session?
It was interesting. Learned a lot. We had a split session between Davide giving us some input on tactics, especially what he is advising us to do against zones.
When did you first hear about CUSB? Not Academy, CUSB.
I want to say 2017, 2018, when I got more interested into Frisbee as a concept of good teams playing against each other internationally as well. I watched them and I was really impressed, especially of CUSB Shout. I think I saw them at Windmill.
Okay. Recent windmill, like the last windmill?
I think maybe in 15.
At 2015? So, or what do you associate them with?
Like being really dedicated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Dedication. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your camp.
Great organization. With big comfort with a lot of fields.
When I started Ultimate and they were playing like high-level Frisbee in Europe, and so like the other teams like Clapham or Badskid, you've heard of them, you watch games of them on YouTube, and that was my first impression, of course.
Okay, and on ULTI.TV YouTube, of course.
Yeah.
And where?
Play Ultimate in a very professional way. Like there are not many other clubs in Europe that play it that way, and especially train that way. Like with the mindset they want to be the best in Europe, and I think that's great because it's a great step for Ultimate, for the professionality of Ultimate, and yeah, that's what I think what is special about CUSB.
Awesome.
Work basically. The problem is that in the modern Frisbee, if you do like a set,
also with the toolbox, but
if a toolbox is, I didn't teach that. Like caro a Pazzo, what do you think?
Huh? He's not sure how much he wants to talk to me about, knowing that I'm coaching a team in his division. So he gets but he loves talking at the same end, so he gets excited, and just when he's about to tell more, he like stops himself and then starts getting competitive, so it's fun.
Perché dopo hai 6 con noi che decidiamo cosa canta.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I do this. Where is it gonna go? It's gonna go on the other side because I move like this. This is communication by fake. This is very important for the offense. So
He communicates with his fakes, whether he wants a new receiver or not. If he fakes when you're coming towards him, it's not to go deep, it's to get out of the way. He or she, if they fake. And I think if they want a swing, they ask for that as well, if they want to flip the field.
I think the first time might have been in 2018 at Club World,
okay,
where they were really good, and I think it was actually when they beat Clapham.
Okay.
Because it was kind of not a surprise, but they have lost a few times to them. They have a strong women's and a strong men program because of Europe. And I also associate like discipline with them because they're very, their system is very disciplined, how they cut and how they want to attack the space. So yeah, that might be just discipline.
When was the first time you've heard of ULTI.TV?
I think that might have been in 2019 at Europeans.
Okay.
Where I think I still remember the camera was, I think it wasn't your stream, but in the back it was always the bus.
Okay.
And yeah.
Ah yes, there was always the ULTI League bus as well, yes. Yeah. It was our stream. We used to diffuse through other providers. Anyways.
I love I basically watch any game I can find online, and I think it's great that you and also other providers actually film the games and stream them. I think it's really important that young players can go on YouTube, go online and find those games, actually watch them and trying to learn for themselves. So yeah, do more films.
All right, we will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cardboard. Gym sesh, here we go. We got 3 instructors going on here.
The facilities here are top-notch. This gym is underneath their grandstand of the stadium. And there are pools and track and field services available to registered players too. All of it is included in their annual memberships, as well as their tournament fees for the championship season. It's a very professional setup. Between the facilities and the coaching pedigree, it's certainly a top choice to up your ULTI game.
Hi. Play on the disc on the side of the field. It's obelix play.
Get it off the sideline.
Yeah.
Pardon me. One more time, what's happening?
We are playing a sort of game that is called Giro d'Italia, Tour of Italy. It's not the real Giro d'Italia, it's a simplified version.
No bicycles.
No.
Yeah.
The Giro d'Italia is an exercise that we do to try the end zone plays. So we have different stations, and in order to win the Giro d'Italia, you have to score starting from each of the stations.
Starting from each station.
Yes.
Okay.
When we do it, if there is a turnover, you have to start the Giro d'Italia again from the beginning.
As Davide mantra, swing and verticality. When you want to grow up as a team, you need to understand that also if you're not playing, you have a bigger role looking for the space and also maybe calling, okay, Sara, stay close to me, Francesco, play, you start, wait a second. Because for you, it's 100 times more difficult because you are new. Hey Sarah, okay, nice to meet you.
Ultimate is not just a game of throws and catches, okay? It's a game of tactics and positioning. So as a team, but also as a player, you have to do your best to understand how your team wants to play and how you can contribute to creating space for the others, okay? Maybe you will want to isolate one specific player. Maybe you decide that you want to play in the space aggressively with 7 people around the disc. It doesn't matter. What it matters is that everyone focuses on contributing to the play, even if don't have the disc in their hands or they are not about to receive, okay? When you grasp these concepts of positioning and spacing, it is then that you can do you become an elite player, okay? When you understand that you don't have to choose what's easy for you as a throw, for example, maybe I like to hack or maybe I like to throw a specific throw, but you do the choice, you pick the choice that is best for your team. So it means that maybe I can hack, but if I hack, I put the disc downwind and then we are there stuck. So maybe I choose to do what's difficult, so create space and play upwind, okay? So there are a lot of examples that can be made about this concept, okay? But the real focus is you're not playing only when you are involved in the throw and the catch. All the 7 players are equally playing on the field, okay? So sometimes it's your turn, sometimes it's not your turn. And this is equally can be said also for the defense, for example, okay? You can play matchup defense, but also you can play poach defense to help your teammate, okay? So thanks for joining.
Grazie ragazzi.
And now weightlifting.
Enjoy your gym.
Thank you guys. Thank you for the last game of the academy. I hope that you all had a couple of really good days, where people learn as much as possible. So it was a really nice journey. I enjoyed it a lot and I hope you also did.
Allora, first, you can stay there because you run already enough. You can stay in the shadow. We were lucky. Second, We are all proud of your skills because we have seen improve you like individual player and also like teams. Finally, we see not only a group of people but a group of friends. We decided to do this academy to give the chance to everyone across Europe to go back in a community. We wanted to transfer some defensive, offensive ideas of how to play together, to have fun, but also to play well.
The potential for mixed as well. You've now got this great development, the grand scheme of it, the best men's team, the best women's team, but Italy and Bologna specifically don't really have much for mixed. What's your thoughts on, I don't know, the potential for mixed, or how good Bologna would be if they ended up playing mixed?
We should adapt to mix as well, because it could be the future of ultimate. And if we want to get into the Olympics, we need to be mixed. I think we miss like ciao. I think we in Bologna and in Italy in general we are missing a scene of high level mix ultimate, and so if you are used to play high level ultimate, you don't play mix.
Right.
You have more and more projects and try to improve the motivation of also the high level players.
Yeah, I mean, I think I mentioned I would personally love to see Bologna have a mixed team at the UCF now that they have a number 2 for both men and women. But I would also love to see like top 8 or 9 shout, top 8 or 9 guys on the roster of La Fotta play together like
Yeah, Stefan?
Davide and Sofia are the king and queen. Laffy and Irena right now are the prince and princess of Bologna Ultimate.
Oh. It's too much. It's a big family. Yeah, we can say that.
Couples do you imagine are there between Shout and La Fotta?
We are into the gossip right now.
Yeah, gossip.
10.
Lots of couples.
Maybe also more, but no, 10. 10 is fine.
Do you think it would ever happen that a Shout La Fotta mixed team would play mixed as the number 1 choice, or never?
Maybe yes, but a few years in the future, not in few years. At least.
Imagine this team. Imagine
we need prize money, right? Prize money.
If you have money, I can play whatever. Also master with my grandpa.
Okay, let this man get back to coaching. We just did a game. It was great watching the academy play the champs, but it wasn't really the champs. It was like Bologna mixed. So lots of members from La Fotta, lots of members from Shout championship players. There's not really a Bologna mixed team, but it's something everybody would love to see, a strong Bologna mixed team. What would they be called? What do you think the Bolognese would call their mixed team if they ever had one in a top division? Bologna put themselves on the map first with the men's program. But it was the women's program, Shout, that found glory first. Winning back-to-back championships in 2018-2019, we wanted to know what made these women tick.
We know the Italians are a passionate country, and you can just see it through this CUSB Shout team. They're celebrating for every point they score. They're running in, cheering, and that's an incredible thing.
Down the line, Rolf is the target underneath this one. She takes it high in the sky and celebrates by throwing it into the air. Downfield, but it's low. It's going to require something magnificent from Hannah Body to take that distance.
Marked on the corner of the end zone. Tough to. Oh, and who's there? But it's Laura Ferolfi for the final pass of the game. Plus Bologna. Shout have taken home the gold medal from the European Ultimate Championship final.
Neither Hauser with a poach block once again. She just knows what the opposition wants to do and is there. Melaga holstered by the force of Domanskaya, but eventually puts it in the end. Such separation for Gaia Pankotsi, and that is for on the bounce for CUSB Shout. They are yelling. They are here and they're ready to take another gold.
Okay, good. And
in Bologna, we've got CUSB Shout against the student team.
oh yes.
Here we go. Blue shirt. We're playing Z. We're playing triangle here. Isolate. Boom. Sorrenti. Ooh, watch out for the vents. Cool. White down 2-1. Must be the pressure of the commentary, the microphone. This one's going out on ULTI.TV. There's all kinds of pressure. This is where you learn to get past the pressure. You hear the voices, you hear the fans, and you overcome. Scazzieri's ready. The game's about to change.
Scazzieri. Okay, so Sofia Scazzieri, Irena Scazzieri. We're in Bologna. And we talked about the boys, they're boring. We need information about Shout and the women. Sophia, tell us about the beginning of Shout first. Maybe, I think it was before, no, actually I'm going to ask this one to Irena. The beginning of Shout, because Sophia's the older sister, but I think you were there first maybe?
Yeah, I started playing Ultimate before Sophie, but the only thing I did before than my sister in my life.
Okay. How old you were, 12 years old?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh my god.
Shout born from two different teams in Bologna. Deadline, CUSB Deadline, the old team, very old. No, some player of Shout are from Deadline, so you have to be very good Deadline team. And CUSB Dump, this is another team, and CUSB UG Army, my team.
Okay, so three teams.
Three teams, yes, not two, three. So when I was a child, I started mixed with Red Bull and then CUSB UG Army, and then we mixed with these three teams and we made CUSB Shout in 2013. And we went to the first XEUTF in Bordeaux in 2013, and we arrived not the last, but the penultimo?
Second last.
Yeah, but it's just because the final second last, the opponent didn't come.
Okay, well, but so not the strongest start, but we know things have got better.
The first disc I touched, it was in 2013, I would say. But I was playing volleyball mainly, and I started playing officially Ultimate in 2016 in Vienna with Box.
Okay.
Because I was living there for my master thesis. And then when I came back, I decided to keep on playing Ultimate because I loved it.
And what was happening when you came back? So 2016, 2017, what was going on with Bologna women?
I got injured in 2017,
yes.
my ACL. So I did not play the UTF finals in Caorle.
And we arrived at fourth.
And we arrived fourth.
We lost against Yaka.
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah,
but then the year after,
the year after, I became the captain of Shout after the injury, so I was a little bit scared.
Okay.
And we went to Ohio, and then the first gold medal.
Okay, so wait. I know what happened, but in that year, that was when EUCF was in Poland.
Yes.
And you guys, you were the champions. And who did you beat in the final?
I see.
So that was the first Bologna championship.
Bravo.
And the men had been playing a lot longer.
Yes.
But the women got the championship first. How did the men feel about that? Were they were still happy, or was there a little bit of jealousy?
I don't think it was jealousy, but of course they were disappointed.
They were so happy, but oh, I wish it was us. Okay.
It was hard also for us, because when you go back home and you're so happy and your boyfriend or husband is not so happy.
Okay, so both of your boyfriend husbands play on CUSB La Fotta, Davide and Arturo Lavi.
Oh, you're good with gossip, eh?
Yes. Well, so this is what I was going to say. So when they got married, were they unofficially like the king and queen of Bologna Ultimate? The wedding was
they went to the city center like for some pictures, and there were prayers. Oh, David and Sophie, let's make a picture together. Like VIP in Bologna.
Okay, good. So that makes them the prince and princess. Yeah. They're waiting for their chance to move up. Okay. So you won it in Poland, and then home field last year, Caorle.
Yes.
2 times.
2 times.
Who did you beat in the final?
Cosmic Girl.
Cosmic Girls, and you won by more than 4, yeah? It was...
Yeah, we were up by 5, and then our brain like switched off, and we went down by 1, and then up again by 4.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Like,
I was there. I was on the sideline. I do remember a little bit. Okay, so future of CUSB Shout Ultimate now. Who are the captains this year?
Well, we are both captains this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the spirit captain.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're...
And I'm the offense captain.
And it's just, are there other
no,
captains?
there is also
Gaia, Pancotti,
Poppy.
Okay.
Yeah. And we have also Cecilia that helps me with the offense.
Scagliarini.
Bravo.
Okay.
And Sara Rabaglia.
Not Rabaglia. Rabaglia. Okay.
Who helps Poppy with the defense.
And administration, you guys have a coach?
Yeah, we have Giulio, our coach, that was also in Caorle. The second coach, we had the 2 coaches in Caorle, and one was Giulio. And we had Vilaria that helped us with some book pronunciation, booking, like something like that.
She's really well
team
organized,
manager, something
so,
like that. And we have also Laura that help us with the tactical part.
Parol.
Yeah,
okay.
bravo.
And of course, Rocco.
Rocco, our boss.
Okay, and you're sharing Rocco with the world right now at the academy.
Yeah. But,
just not all the secrets? Oh no, you're just keeping him. Maybe he gets a new contract, you never know. Okay, so and then the women's program, so we're talking about the future, we know the captains. What's coming into Shout? What's the next generation look like?
Well, there are some new players, I mean not new players but younger players that are getting involved in our let's say program, because we are trying to involve new players in order also to play these champions, but also we are looking to next year that there are the worlds, yes.
And so are you guys
From
totally
CUSB.
organized for WCC or EBUC or EUCF first, and then the next project is WCC, or is it all one project?
We are looking first to this year, so Bruges.
Yeah.
Hoping we can play Bruges and COVID doesn't change any plans, but with a look also to the future.
Okay. Good. Well, listen, it's very nice to have the Scazieris. It's getting dark. The cicadas, the orchestra of cicadas are always there. But thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll get back to you soon.
Ciao.
Ciao. And then if we talk about the future of CUSB, what, I mean, you obviously, you guys have championship ambition this year. You're defending champs. It's a strange national championship, but more about the system and the program. Like, what does the next generation of CUSB look like? What's coming up? Tell us about this. They look good. I mean, how do they look with Frisbee and as a team?
I think, yeah, we should find a balance between like the development of women's ultimate, but also like players that as me lives in another country and wants to still join the team. So we need to find a way to put these 2 things together and don't lose strength. Like a great culture between the junior team and the first team. So people that start playing Frisbee knows about Shout and La Fotta, and their goal is to become a player of the first team. So that's good.
So there's lots of motivation, ambition for young players to
there
play
is
through.
like a precise scheme.
Right.
You know.
Ciao.
I speak for the women division that I manage for CUSB. That's my role now.
Yeah.
We had the under 17 and 3 under 24 teams, but now we selected the best players of
all these 4 teams and created an official second team. It means there is a lot to work on, so we hope they will have a great Italian championship this upcoming year.
Okay. And besides Ultimate, Bologna.
But Bologna is the heart of Italy.
Exactly.
It's the best city ever. Yeah. The dimension is amazing. You can walk all over the center, but you can also drive, reach whatever place in under 30 minutes by car. We have the hills. We have a lot of rivers and hills around the city. There are a lot of places for hiking. The people are really welcoming, and the food, obviously, it's amazing.
You ever lied about your sexual or romantic orientation? Take a step back.
Workshop on privilege. I think they just did the walk of life and separated each other based on a few elements of what they did or did not grow up with, and now they're breaking it down further, writing down some stories of specific moments of privilege or specific moments of lack. And I think they're going to map it out and kind of see where everybody falls into place. This style of workshop is no surprise from this club, with Anna Chesky being an active member of the EU Gender Equity Team, as well as the social workshops they provide internally and throughout their school integration planning. The women take prominent roles in being strong, active voices, and they have also leveraged their sponsors, Balsamique, to support and contribute to the gender equity campaigns in the school system.
Cecilia Scagliarini with me, Stef and Pazzo. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine. It's hot, but it's okay.
Good. And how was the game? What happened there?
The game was really tough. We didn't play mixed since last year, so it was strange to find the flow, but we managed to do it.
Yeah, you got 3 wins, miracle wins.
3 wins, yeah.
And what about, okay, so this game was fun, Academy is nice. What about Shout? You're the captain this year, one of the captains?
I'm learning the offense captain, but learning.
Okay.
Ian is here and I'm here.
Okay, so you're like the internship, that's what I'm looking for. Thank you very much. The coach captain in training.
Yeah.
And how does the team look this year?
We are strong, we are excited to defend our title, yes, of course.
Yes.
No, we are excited. I don't know how to say, but it's really strange to start playing again, but we were looking for that, and so we are ready.
Okay, good. And when you like hit the turf and you lay out, you get a good scrape, you take the skin off. Sometimes we say you take the bark off, sometimes it's a raspberry. It's called differently in Italian, and I just learned the other day. You covered up your injury. I just want you to tell that. In English, we call it a raspberry sometimes, or taking the bark off. What
Okay,
is
no.
this? What is
the
it?
The black around is the medicine that with the sun gets dark, so it's not blood.
Okay, but how do we call
We
this?
call it bresaola,
Bresaola.
which is a ham with the cow meat, and it has a very intense dark red dark color, and you eat it sliced like the ham, and so you call it bresaola, and when you get burned, it's like you got sliced, and it's a bresaola.
So we're learning new Italian lingo here.
Yeah.
Chesky's got a bresaola on the butt, I think, too.
Yeah, a big bresaola.
Bresaola, yes. Okay, bresaola. Do you have any bresaola right now, or just a store butt? Just a regular store butt, but not a bresaola.
But we are missing ours. Aren't we gonna receive another one here first?
And so when you got here, once you went to Shout, you moved to Shout, what were your first years like? The first couple tournaments, where were they, and how did you go? How did the team go?
When I first started, I wasn't really a good player.
Okay.
My only skill was that I was able to run.
Okay.
So that's a good skill.
Yes.
And so I got into the defense line, of course, and I started to run, and it was good. And then we did the first UCF in Frankfurt, and it was the first time that we beat Iceni, so it was a very important moment for Shout history, and I was there, and it was really emotional. and then we played the final, but we weren't there with our mind, so it was a very bad final against Fab, I think.
Okay.
So, but still a big result, and yeah, that was the first time I felt really into the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you still play defense. You're still D-line.
Yeah.
You were the...
Yeah, I'm starting to... I want to learn to play Frisbee. So I'm starting to get into tactics and like try to follow the other teammates that used to play in offense, because they are more tactically expert. So I'm starting to do that, I think.
Okay, so maybe one day you'll switch to the O-line.
Yeah,
That might happen.
maybe, we'll see.
I guess that's the way it goes. People have to earn their stripes playing defense.
Yeah. But also I'm a bit chaotic, so I don't know if they want me.
But
we will see.
you're maturing. You're getting older. Your chaos will
so
settle.
I think 3 years ago we started to think to like improve also the management of the team. So we started to think long term, and we decided to do the project of playing words in a new way, like more organized and more motivated. And we went there in Ohio, and it was really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So, like personally, I broke my elbow on the third day, so it was really tough. But also the team wasn't ready, so we didn't have the right mental set to be there and to win the crucial games.
Okay.
But then, yeah, I don't know, something changed after that event, and we played regionals in Bologna. It wasn't that great as well.
And you were still on the sideline recovering with your elbow?
Yeah, but then we went to Bro Club, and I think we were more like free. Our minds were more free, and we just played, and we knew that we could beat Iceni, that was
the defending champions.
And we did twice.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Was that an undefeated championship, or did you lose to anyone?
We lost a game, I think, against a pickup from Ireland.
Okay, wow.
I can remember because we were already qualified for the next round, and we decided to like make some players resting.
Bad idea. So actually, Shout has a bad history of losing to weak opponents, because that happened at the start of last year, 2019 as well. You lost to Heidi's.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to say weak, but it was a very unexpected loss. I think
for
everybody
us.
heard the news and was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we reacted, so
Yes,
it was good.
yes, it's smack in the face. Wake up. Personal, what number do you wear?
31.
31, and why do you wear number 31?
So I'm a big fan of Harry Potter. It was a really big part of my childhood, and Harry Potter's birthday is on the 31 of July.
Okay.
So like every one of my teammates were choosing their numbers. And they were choosing because of their birthday, so I thought, well, why not?
So
Harry
Potter's birthday is what represents Chesky's 31 on her back.
That's embarrassing. But
I know, but I love it. If that's the most embarrassment you're going to get out of this, you're doing just fine.
I
Good.
will survive to this day.
Well, I think that's good. Let's keep walking. We may have some more questions for you as we go, but Anna Chesky, former Defensive Player of the Year. You're runner-up Defensive Player of the Year 2 years ago. One of the key members of CUSB, two-time champion. And thank you very much for your time, Anna.
Grazie.
Prego, prego. There is so much talent, passion, and drive in this club. They've proven themselves twice, but it seems that it's never enough. After a 2-year gap and a return to play, the pressure to defend is stronger than ever. The competition around them getting stronger. And in a World's year, there is pressure to carry over a team to WUCC and get a result there too. A fine balance of using the best of the Bolognese talent pool, the available Italian add-ons, and getting the right external players that can integrate seamlessly and add to this potent formula. They say they're ready, and there is no space for anything but victory. It's time to find out just how ready they are as they open up their return-to-play campaign this week in Bruges and refine their preparation to move forward to Cincinnati.
Support he needs and how he wants to grow the club behind him.
There are still 2 nightmares in my night every day.
But still more
Perth
chances.
final, World Championship in Australia, and losing the pre-quarter in Cincinnati against Nomadic Ride. These 2 nightmares coming often in my nights, and I'm waiting for 2022 and 21 to go back and have another chance.
So maybe in 2 years Davide will sleep well, but until then, nightmares. And more nightmares now because you don't know how many traffic tickets you're going to get.
Ecco, ma this is something economical side.
Davide's nightmares are claimed to be just 2, but I imagine a third nightmare once existed. Clapham Ultimate foiled their every opportunity to win a championship, most recently in 2018 in the EUCF finals in Poland. The same year, their women's team Shout brought home the gold. Thankfully, for them, they absolved that nightmare with a vengeful championship campaign that climaxed over defending champs and longtime nemesis Clapham in the 2019 EUCF final in Caorle. Let's get to know some of the faces and voices that have driven and continue to drive La Fotta to chase golden aspirations.
In Bologna, as always, at the training grounds, Shout on one side, La Fotta on the other. It's their final selections. We're going to see if we can talk to some of these guys, see what's going on, get a feel of their training session, especially before the academy. So, see how we go. You're smart.
The problem is that also when the people go back to this academy and when they go back like Jesus, nobody trusts him in his country. You can also go back, tell everybody, I can see all the secret, but the French will play like French, the German stay German, the Swiss stay Swiss.
If I come to the Mecca and I learn, it would be foolish to not share what I learn. Yeah, push up for sure for that shit.
From the white team, suppose we are stronger.
We got €5.
€5 or 2 beers, says Black's gonna win. You make me lose my beer. Here you go. What have you been doing since you won the championship? What have you done for the last 2 years? You busy?
With the COVID situation.
Start,
stop a lot.
Yeah, why is Bologna the best? What's different in Bologna that's better than CUSB? Why is CUSB champion?
Because it's 20 July we're still training. Yeah, probably. I think the CUSB community is the best in Europe. I think since many years. Not like just the last 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, because we have a lot of young players, we have inclusion of the people, we have a lot of events where a lot of senior players, more expert players, and both the younger, the super beginners players are involved. And so with community, this a lot of events because actually CUSB is from the university.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a lot of events. For example, involving also other sports. We have some events with the volleyball team, the basketball team, and so yeah, I think the CUSB community is great. It's great.
Grazie. Simona, no, oh my God,
Simone
Gasperini. Yeah. Too many names in my head, but this one's one of the best. Grazie.
I would like to learn as much as possible from them.
Okay, and you have a club back home that you can give this back to?
For sure, I have the club, and also I would like to do it on the national level, not just at one club, but usually to develop the whole country in good ultimate
action. Because in Italy in agosto, for all the UF and for all the people out of Italia, agosto, août in francese, August.
English, yes.
English. Vacanza, vacation in Italia, nobody work, the sport ground are closed, and the people want to go in vacation with the wife and mother.
Light versus dark.
Get the D!
And what our zone wanted, horizontal passes and not vertical.
And they do obviously the horizontal. But it's coming a mistake. Eccolo lì, la stupidata. Ale! Facile, Mans, facile! Sì, ragazzi!
Va bene! Yes, baby!
Yeah! Facile, Oh! Mamma mia! Vai, vai, vai! Sì! Sì! Secondo break per I bianchini! Sono già due,
It's a game here between Cioppo and Davide, the captains of white and black. Double score, pull back to your brick mark. But I'm also invested against Milan for 2 beers. And it's not looking good right now. But what makes Bologna ultimate?
Okay, so our name is La Fotta. Some problems in 2014 translated as the park, but with Google Translate. Instead, the name La Fotta in Bolognese slang, let's say dialect, is something different. It's like wanting to do something, in this case playing an ultimate, winning so bad that you put all your efforts, all yourself in it. And that is like the exact translation. I suppose that, I mean, it is our identity, trying to get top 8 in Europe, and 6 years later we are champions. So I suppose that, obviously, thanks to Davide, but also thanks to all of the other players, we put all of ourselves, we have trained really hard. So I think that Bologna is an awesome city because it's not too small, so it's not really a small town, but it's still quite big, not as Milan or Rome, but still quite big. So we have like a community, but we have not like small groups training on their own, and we don't see each other only in the weekends. We have the chance to see each other throughout the whole week, throughout the whole year, every day, almost every day. Like if the field makes us a better group. I suppose.
Community, nice.
Yeah.
Good to hear. I'm not getting my phone wet. It's a win. La Fotta is the collective embodiment of doing everything for a common cause, for improvement, but for victory. And there is buy-in across the club completely to this aptly named team. The tryouts are intense and everyone wants to be a part of it, to be able to provide what they can to La Fotta. It's created an incredible community that fuels the team, the club, and the extended projects aimed at mass inclusion. In Bologna, Ultimate is family, and the community connection is evident when you visit, and more so when you watch them perform, and more recently, watch them win. Bologna Jungle, Bolongo. We're late to go meet Cioppo. I hope he doesn't get mad. I hope we don't miss lunch. It's the most important part of my day. Cioppo is being a gracious host, and we are not honoring our word, so we gotta move.
If you're late, it doesn't matter. In Italy it's fine. I mean, to me it's fine. The important thing is to know that you're arriving with a bit of lateness. Like Stefan told me. Stefan sent me a nice vocal message telling me we're coming, and moreover, the timing was perfect because I was walking here and you parked right in the same spot. Go back down.
Yes, can I just look at it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. Terracotta. Look at the view.
Sono in muto che sennò si sentono i rumori perché...
He's a busy man, not quite as busy as Davide, but ironically he's talking to Davide on the other side. But yeah, this view screams Italy. Italia. Oh, then we got the 2 towers over there. You see the pair of towers where one of them is not... it was not engineered perfectly. I don't know if it was soft land or something, but it's definitely on a lean.
Who's your friend?
I don't know, a paper skeletal model that is neatly labeled in Italian and English. So
Okay.
I get it a little bit.
No, lo so, però col fatto che io faccio sia mattina e pomeriggio e io lo ricordo. Yes, if you want one.
Cioppo's pretty much the mayor of this restaurant, I would say.
So it's okay to say.
So we've got the pleasure of sitting down with Cioppo Santucci. He's taking us into a pizzeria and it's...
Either we were communicating too much, or either we were communicating nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had to learn how to shut up, everyone, and let the people talk. We tried to get out of the same La Fotta is bad, and we just said, okay, we win. If we win and we play good, there won't be any chance for the other to hook up on bad spirit, because if we play good and if we go like we just ran over other teams 15-0, 15-7, there's no problem. I mean, nobody's gonna have spirit issues if you
do it with a smile.
If you go in a game and you won in a blip and you just go on with the others. And also past moment is because Oddi from UF made us sign this paper. How do you say, warning?
Mm-hmm.
If La Fotta got another bad vote, really low vote in the spirit in another UF tournament, it would get disqualified for a year.
Wow.
But that was because we had a huge semifinal against Redskid, and we gave them 4, and they gave us 3. And still to that day, I think, I mean, we did it. The game was heated, and there was, for sure there were spirit mistakes and such. But why? We had to sign a paper, but Redskid didn't.
Probably reputation before that.
And that's it.
That was the final.
We were focused, we were prepared. We always won when it didn't count in the polls, in other tournament. But now we have a huge gap win in an important game.
We got better also because we had, remember, to keep calm, don't talk. Talk if you're asked, raise your hand. From outside, you just talk if you're looked to. So we had this big thing about raising hands. Even in trainings, we had to practice it because we tend to talk from far away. Or another problem in training is that you call foul, but since you're in training, you shouldn't. And that's a thing I do. Like I call foul that maybe are not cheap foul, but
fouls that you would call in a game. If it's an important game, you call it the same way in
people
practice.
get mad because they say, "Oh, come on, it was a tough throw. You should have done that." And I say, "Guys, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
If I feel like it's a foul, I'm just talking to him. You just wait."
I coach right now too, but you need the team to call the fouls the same way they do in practice as they do in the game. But people are usually like, "Okay, we're training. This time is precious. We got 2 hours tonight. Let's hurry up." But it's like, well, you're still practicing these discussions. These negotiations are a huge part of the game. So let's just do it the same way we'll do it in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Aggiungono il posto nei loro video così la gente quando vede sa dove Grazie. Not broke, but I twisted my ankle at the last point of the last game.
In Windmill.
In Windmill. So it was also that. It's a way of remembering it. And Davide won that year. Won with Fab.
Okay, so you weren't even on the same team as Davide.
No, Davide was with Fab, and just, okay, now you're with Matteo.
Yeah.
Just go and play.
And
Matteo was crazy at the time.
Matteo
He's
stayed
still crazy
for a long time.
Now, there it was crazy because he didn't know the other teammates, so it was full rage on them, like, come on! Yeah. And I was like, sorry, no, I wasn't talking to you. You're doing good. I was talking to them.
I had my turn trying to calm Matteo. Okay, here we are, Cremeria Santo Stefano. But really, all I hear from that is how Cioppo became Cioppo Clutch. Like, he learned to play on an Italian championship team, went straight to Windmill, one of the biggest tournaments in the world. And this is his 18-year-old beginning to competitive ultimate. And now we get championship trophy.
Like I was saying before, it was a luck, and it was also unlucky to have that opportunity, because now these kids that I coach and the other kids Laffy coach are all kids that for a year or 2 or 3 with their like
the club that's their level.
Yeah,
all
but
the kids their level.
but the kids are the same age, so they can understand and they can learn how to play and like communicate and stuff. For me, it was tough because I was just thrown there with those good top player and also older player that were maybe aggressive, maybe a bit more like they didn't have time to talk things through. So I was just saying, yeah, you're right, my fault, you're right, and that basically worked it out.
We were talking about this the other day. There's the comfort level of learning and playing with people your peers, people your age. But maybe like getting thrown in the deep end and being a rookie and being like getting yelled at a little bit and having to, oh man, these guys are good, I better be good too. Maybe
I was
maybe
lucky
it's
enough,
a better way to learn.
I was lucky enough that my natural talent of being in the field worked a bit like they had a soft spot for me, and maybe they were a bit more aggressive or hungry with some other rookies.
Yeah.
So I was like kind of treated better at times, but also because I was saying, yeah, my fault, yeah, my bad, sorry, yeah, my bad, you're right, my bad.
Okay. Well.
So now it's tough. It's not an easy.
Yeah, it's a tough time to be a politician. There are no perfect solutions.
Yes.
Hey, Pop. Hey, Pop. Well, here we go. Universe Point, Basel Open, first elite tournament in some time, facing up against the Belgian runner-ups who have come into this tournament.
Well, Bologna is back. Not the tournament, but the squads are. La Fotta specifically got back on the pitches for the Basel Open, and despite being tested with a few nail-biting Universe Point games, they came away with an undefeated championship.
99 with the disc. Moon catches,
And a new surge of momentum leading into their first ever title defense at the UCF.
forward, it's there.
The culture remains intact, and many of their players and leadership hold similar positions. But there has been substantial turnover too. Simonazzi and the Mine brothers have moved on from the club. Cioppo was forced out at Basel and is unavailable for UCF with an injury. And of course, the heart, soul, and exploding temper of the team. Davide Mori has resigned to play on the second team, Red Bulls, and will send La Fotta to battle for a championship without him for the first time since he defected to Fab to win a championship many years ago. With less than a week remaining, only time will tell the fate of La Fotta and many others with championship aspirations. And it's all happening on ULTI.TV, so tune in to find out.
So, Cioppo, where did you watch the Azzurri win the championship from?
I was at home with my lad, Podge, and afterward we just went to the main square, the Nettuno. We celebrated a bit, we made some chants. The best thing was translating the chants to Podge.
Nice.
Those about the Queen and in England. He was pretty fond of those chants. And then we just went back. I was already super late, so the day after was a Monday. But yeah, the day after we were super happy about it.
Amazing.
So how did you celebrate the ECF championship?
I think we had a huge party at CUSB after like a month. And our celebration was also our Bologna's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, our party was the Bologna's back basically.
Because it just tied it back in, you know.
Yeah, it was like
10
days after. So it was great.
Nice.
Like everyone was there, like from Italy, congratulating.
Awesome.
We were all there. We just had to play, easy games for before the off season. So it was our last tournament before saying fuck off, everyone. We're not gonna see your face for 2 weeks at least.
I love you, but get out of my face.
Yeah, exactly. After
holiday from the team. Let's take a break.
All season is that you just say, see you never again.
Yeah.
Good job.
But can't wait to see you.
Yeah, and at the end it's like just 2 weeks, and then there's the Winter League.
Back
in with the same guys, with the old dogs.
Did you
you watched the Azzurri game? You watched the final?
Of course.
And how did you celebrate this?
We were in the center of the city. I jumped on one, I don't know how to say, in the center.
Or like a pillar, a small pillar? Okay, yes.
I was there, I was screaming.
You had the flag?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I think I actually saw some Instagramming. Good.
Yeah.
And was this similar to how you guys celebrated when CUSB Shout won your championship, or not quite the same?
Similar, but yeah, many people. So it's a little bit different.
Okay, good. And
how did you celebrate Eurovision win?
The Eurovision win, the same, but football is more felt here in Italy. So
then Eurovision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. You won the first one in Rocla. How did you guys celebrate? What was it like coming home? The boys lost in the final. The
Yeah.
girls got their first championship. How was the return? How was the celebration?
So it was a very, like when we landed in Bologna, it was a really emotional moment because there were a lot of people waiting for us there. I remember that my luggage got broke, so I was the only one still in the airport while the rest of the team was outside celebrating. And so I left my luggage there and ran just to be there. So it was a really nice moment. And then we got drunk, of course.
Okay.
And then,
a couple drinks. Where did you go? Did you go to somebody's house, or did you go
I think
to a bar?
I think like that night we just got home, and then we met the day after to celebrate together.
Okay.
Yeah, and then no, it was a really big thing because also the university organized a moment of celebration for us, and there were the dean that congratulated us, and it was really nice.
Some nice official recognition.
Yeah, institutional moment.
Institutional recognition.
Yeah.
And then the second year?
Yes. and then so second year you guys went in defending champions. We talked about it a little bit. You lost your first game.
Yeah.
And then you woke up.
At Universe Point.
You lost the first game on Universe Point. Then
Starting on offense. Just to underline.
Extra heartbreak. But then you went undefeated the rest of the tournament.
Yeah.
You guys had a heck of a semi-final against Yaka, okay,
Yeah.
which you guys know well because Rasta and Daniela played for you the year before, and Annika, who was with them.
Yeah.
So you got through that game. How close was that game? How did it finish?
I can't remember the final score, but we won on Universe, starting on defense.
Okay, so you got the opposite. You played defense, you got the D.
I think we are more confident playing starting on defense.
Okay.
I would choose to start on defense.
Yeah.
On a Universe Point.
Oh
I think
God,
so.
not me. Attenzione. So you get through a tough semi, and then who did you have in the finals?
Cosmic Girls.
Cosmic Girls.
Yeah, but we already played them during the tournament, and we won on Universe Point as well. But then, during the final, we felt very strong, and we had a great game, I think.
So you guys won, two-time champions now. What happened at the end of this one? This time you win with the boys, so there's
it was a big game also.
Their game. Of course.
Very nice game.
There's really good commentary in that game. I thought.
Congratulations, also Stef.
Had a different.
It was also very nice to have the boys on the sideline, and they were super hyped because of their victory, and they started at some point after the first beer, they started to support us during the final, and it was super nice having them there, and we celebrated all together, and it was fun.
Amazing. You're used to celebrating, and now Italy is starting to win everything too. Italy wins the Eurovision. Italy won the Euro. Did you have a celebration?
Allora, I was in Bologna with other players from La Fotta and Shout in a park, like we montare. We put a big screen and we watched together with something to eat. And then we went to the city center with the delirium. Delirium.
It was crazy.
Crazy.
Fireworks, people going crazy.
People crying and laughing and screaming, and then with the motorbikes in the ring of the city, beep, 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 until late.
I was in Rimini. There we did the same as Irene and the other guys here in Bologna, but with the bicycle.
Okay, with the bicycle, ding, 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 ding. Okay.
Exactly.
Very
But
nice.
I think it was the same in Rimini.
It was a massive celebration in Italy, of course.
Absolutely.
Everywhere.
Okay.
So how did you celebrate your?
Oh yes. I'm supposed to remember my last interview with Santucci. But okay, so CUSB Caorle, you win the championship. What was the championship celebration for Shout? How was it?
Allora.
Was it immediate? Was it later?
No, immediately, obviously, we were very happy for us and also for La Fotta, so all together. Finally, all together.
You could share.
We could share, yeah, okay. So we like party a little bit at the fields. But the big moment was after, because CUSB organized evento, okay, with Ettore Messina, you know?
It's a performer, a singer.
Yeah, no. He is one of the best basketball coach in Europe, but I think in the world. He
Okay.
was the coach of San Antonio Spurs,
Ah.
and now Milano, Armani Milano. So it's a very good, it's a very important person in the sports world. So we can talk with him, and we were in the hall of the university, and it was a very big event.
Nice. So
Very
you
nice.
were honored by the university.
Yes.
Gave you had a medal
And
presentation.
everyone was clap, clap, clap.
Okay. And then any team celebration, any team official party, or
Cosa abbiamo fatto? I don't remember actually.
I think I remember.
You remember?
What Santucci told me.
Cosa ha detto?
He said that it was Kopi barbecue. No?
No, noi eravamo invitate.
It was.
Non ci hanno invitate.
Oh my God! You guys weren't invited to the Kopi. I thought he said both teams had a Kopi barbecue.
No, I don't barbecue.
remember.
Like
Oh,
a big
maybe we
dinner,
forgot-
big trattoria.
Maybe we
something.
forgot everything after.
Coming back to Caorle, we went to we went eating all together.
Okay, maybe we forgot after one
Yeah, COVID, it's COVID
COVID, and
fault.
maybe also
It
a
was
little bit of
our
alcohol
memory.
or something. Just.
Like Davide is interrupting our interview.
Davide, oh.
He's got to be the center of
It's our
everything.
moment,
This is about
I'm
Shout
going
and the
to-
Scazzieris.
The most two beautiful women of my life.
The Scazzieris. The wonderful world of Ultimate. Bringing beautiful people together for years. So I think we're at the end of our questions now, and it's really getting dark. The cicadas are actually quiet.
Oh, è vero.
But once again, Scazzieri, I get to say their names when they play, it's so fun. Scazzieri. But thank you very much, Enjoy your academy, and thanks for having us in Bologna.
Thank you
Grazie.
for coming.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ain't no party like a Bologna party. Celebration is life in Italy, in Bologna, for the teams of CUSB. We didn't much discuss the sorrow or despair that comes with losing, but knowing the club culture, we know well that they wear their wounds of failure, and they punish themselves, and they use those experiences as fuel to come back stronger.
CUSB chess?
No, it's not CUSB, no.
Sports.
So when they win, the celebrations are well deserved and enjoyed without inhibition. Free, life-loving Italians letting loose to enjoy the spoils of victory. Playing chess, board games, drinking and eating, dancing, singing, and loving their community. It was a joy to be in Bologna for the Academy, to meet and get to know the CUSB family better, to see, hear, and feel the sincere pride and happiness they all have for their club. They welcomed ULTI.TV to their trainings, into their academy, and into their homes, and we are honored to share a piece of their story with our viewers. As always, we encourage you to stay subscribed to our networks, and most importantly, to become a Patreon, and to encourage friends, family, and teammates to support us that way too. Your small membership contributions will enable more exclusive features, more live streaming, and will offer you a voice in some of the internal decisions we're privy to making. Join our family, and we'll bring the ultimate families of the world together.
All love for ULTI.TV and Milan.